also the art.
You cannot start screen share. Cannot start a screen share. Oh, because sorry, there is no screen here.
Because currently the host is sharing the picture of this assessment for the graduate. Once the host has stopped sharing, then Prof can start to.
Because there is nothing to share.
Right.
Okay, this one, vinegar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and our speaker for today. So welcome to the webinar. The topic of today's webinar is sustainability and postgraduate research. This webinar is the third session of the Unified Research Methodology Sharing Series. My name is Muhammad Yasir Maulana, the Vice President of PGSS IRUM, and I will be the MC for today's webinar. Before the event starts, I would like to invite the attendants to get ready as the webinar will begin soon. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you. So, we would like to welcome our speaker for today, Professor Dr. Abdul Rashid Moten. He is a senior professor of Abdul Hamid Abu Sulaiman, Kuliah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences, or AHAS, KHS-IRUM. Professor Abdul Rashid, how are you, Prof? So you may unmute yourself as you are about to speak. All right. Yes.
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Prof. So I think to start off real quick, without further ado, we would like to welcome Professor Dr. Abdul Rashid Moten to deliver his material. Dear Prof, the time is yours.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We are going to talk about sustainability and postgraduate research. The best person to talk about this topic is actually Tansir Zulkifli, the Honorable Rector. He has been doing this for a long time, and he would have given a better description than I would. However, since I have been asked, so I have to do something about it again. So we start talking about sustainability. What is sustainability? Sustainability has many, many definitions. Actually, there are about 4 or 5 different definitions that I found. One says it's development that meets the needs of the people of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Okay, this is the most common definition that you will find, and it is the UN approved definition: to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So whatever we do, we do it not only for ourselves, but also for the future generations. And therefore, we have to be very, very careful. There is another one by Elian Prescott. He said it's a high level of human well-being and the high level of ecosystem well-being. So we have to take care of that, human well-being as well as the ecosystem well-being. We want to improve the quality of life of us, ourselves, but we are also thinking about the future. So sustainable development means exactly that, okay? To meet the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future. Okay, sustainability has three elements. It talks about three different things. Okay, it talks about economic aspect, it has environmental aspect, and it has social aspect. Okay, so economically, we have to create wealth, property, employment, everything for the sake of ourselves, but we have to be energy efficient. We have to use incentive for natural resources to be saved. Similarly, there are other things that we are going to look at it. So this is sustainability, and this is nowadays the buzzword all around the world, and everybody is talking about this thing. You must remember one thing. You must remember one thing is that sustainability, they started talking about sustainability only in the 1980s, not before that. Okay, we started talking about sustainability in the 1980s, and people started coming to know about it. However, sustainability has always been emphasized in Islam. Sustainability is part and parcel of Islam. Okay, and it was emphasized from the very first revelation of the Quran. If you read the Quranic revelation, the first 5 verses of the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. So you read in the name of Allah who has created it. You did not create anything. So if you did not create, you cannot exhaust everything. So Allah has created it. He has been very kind, and He has given you the brain to think, and He has given you the knowledge with pen. Not ordinary knowledge, very important knowledge He has given you. What is this knowledge about? Knowledge is about this world, how to live in. This world, this environment, you have the soil, you have the flora, fauna, water, air, light, living organisms, all these things are there. They were all created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the purpose? The purpose is sustenance of man's life on earth. So the whole earth is the creation. We should use it, best use it without creating any mischief. Okay, Quran says, do not create any mischief on land. If you do this, then you will be in a problem. There will be environmental disasters and calamities. What we see these when we talk about sustainability, we are actually reacting to the problem we created ourselves. We did not care about the resources that we have. We used it without thinking, and now we are suffering. Everything is going down. Slowly and gradually, everything is getting down and down, and we are suffering because of this. And that's why. And Quran says very clearly, what has happened is because of what you have done, because of what the hands of men have done, that Allah may give you a taste of some of their deeds. So this calamity, natural calamities and all the things that you see in the world, these are all we have created ourselves. It is the taste of our own deeds. We have created the disasters. When we see the calamities, these calamities are created by us, not by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
The sharing is not showing the slide. Let me check. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, no problem. So, you see, if we don't know how to use ourselves, how to use the nature, how to use the environment, then we are going to create all kinds of calamities, all kinds of disasters. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, not today, not in the 80s, not in the 70s, from the day it was revealed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Therefore, Muslims are religiously obliged to manage the environment. You have to manage the environment. You have to use everything moderately and justly. And you will be very much surprised. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas. You are the best of the ummah we have created. Ummatan wasata. Ummatan wasata, the middle ummah, the mid-mean ummah, well-balanced ummah. Okay, so ummah is well-balanced. Now and the future, all are taken into consideration. Okay, and therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, eat and drink. Eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want. Kulu washrabu wala tusrifu. Innahu la yuhibbul mufsidin. Eat and drink, but do not waste. Okay? Because Allah does not like those people who waste things. You have to eat, but be careful. Therefore, you have to take care of yourself. You have to. You have to make money also. People don't talk about it. They shy away when it comes to money. Islam says you have to make money. And actually, Islamically speaking, every Muslim is supposed to be filthy rich. Okay? You have to have so much money and so much money that you can give zakah, that you can give sadaqah, that you can get fitra, that you can take care. You know, a Muslim is supposed to take care of 40 houses all around. Not one house, two houses, not 40, not 160, but 40 houses all around. You are responsible for each one of them. Therefore, that's how it is. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to help them to do justice to this world. Everybody, you know, everybody who comes in, a poor man comes to you, he has a right over you. He is not begging, but he has a right over your property, and therefore you have to give it to him. And that's called doing justice. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like those who do not do justice. وَمَنْ اللَّهُ يُرِيدُ ظُلْمًا لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like. Okay? He does not intend to do injustice to anybody, and he does not like anyone who is doing injustice to himself or herself. Okay? And therefore, Islam is very much in favor of sustainability. Any Muslim who talks about Islam is actually talking about sustainability is only one part of it. Sustainability is only one part of it. And when this university was established, IIUM, it was established to become Islamic. We have to be Islamic. There is no other alternative for it. Okay, and therefore the university came up with the vision and mission. And what is the vision? To improve and uplift the qualities of human life and civilization. That is our vision. We have to do research, we will innovate, we will restore the dynamic and progressive role of the Ummah. Dynamic and progressive role of the Ummah means a role whereby they will do whatever they are required to do, and they will do it for the future generation. And you will be shocked and surprised. No other university ever talked about sustainability except IIUM back in 1992, 1993. When we created the missions of this university, the second mission says we want to produce better quality intellectuals, okay? So as agents of comprehensive and balanced progress, as well as sustainable development. The word sustainable development was first used in IIUM's mission and vision. You know, and if you read the 7 missions of IIUM, all 7 missions more or less talk about Islam. Of course, they all talk about Islam, but they also talk about sustainability. Sustainability is part and parcel of Islam, and therefore we should not be shocked or to know that what we are. Muslims are socially responsible, they are economically responsible, they are in all ways, they are responsible for this. And therefore, the university has been talking about it, okay? And in the beginning, from the beginning of the university until about 2017, 16, 17, we have been talking about Islamization of knowledge. That we want to Islamize knowledge. Why do you want to Islamize knowledge? So that knowledge conforms to Islamic worldview. Knowledge is related to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and recognize the lordship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Uluhiyya, Rabbaniyya, we have to do. And in addition to all these things, we should also take care of the sustainability. So in the beginning, this university was emphasizing Islamization of knowledge. We didn't talk about anything else. We said, okay, what we need is IOK. Okay, IOK. If you do IOK, you will be okay. Islamization of knowledge was essential, and therefore we were doing Islamization of knowledge. But in doing Islamization of knowledge, we were talking about sustainability, but it was not emphasized. Okay, the emphasis came later. Okay? So the university want to be a highly impactful and sustainable university. Okay? And therefore, in 2018, the university established Sajahtera Center for Sustainability and Humanity. Sajahtera Center for Sustainability and Humanity. That's why in the beginning I said the best person to talk about this topic about sustainability is the Honorable Rector, and if not, then the another person would be Professor Zainal, who is the director of Sajahtera Center for Sustainability. And Sajahtera Center was established to make sure that sustainability, humanity, etc. are done. And therefore, and Sajahtera Center has done a lot of work and has come up with a lot of projects, all over the world. And they have it in Malaysia, in Kampong Pagi, in all places, Gombak, Pusat Akar, and all those places. They have come up with projects whereby they go to the villages and interact with the people, etc., and come up with something which is useful and which is valuable. Okay, so the goal of the university remains the same. Okay, we want to be an Islamic university. There is no doubt about it. Nobody talks about it. We will continue to serve the mission and vision which was established in the before. We want to be accepted as a global university. Global university, with a university which is local as well as global. Okay, we want the university to be recognized globally, and we want also to take care of our local culture, local civilizations, local people. So it is global, and we want to do research so that we can promote. And we will be known as excellent research university. So this is our goal until now. Now we are emphasizing these goals. How can we achieve these goals? That is the most important part. Remember this, our aspiration of the university itself. We want to serve the vision and mission. It remains most important part. The vision and mission is all Islamic and nothing else. And the vision and mission talks about sustainability. So we remain true to this, and we want to be recognized globally as well as locally as the university, a research university which is promoting Islam and sustainability. And we do this properly. Now, how can we do it? We can do it through responsible research and innovation. Through responsible research and innovation, capacity building, translating into everything that we do, whatever research we do, whatever achievements that we make, we will translate these into practice. Who are going to do this? This is the question. Who are going to do this? Postgraduate students. It's the postgraduate students. They have to take the responsibility of sustainability. You cannot just sit down, come in, and then you say, okay, we are doing this. No. We want postgraduate students to do it, and therefore the university emphasizes postgraduate research. Okay? Studies conducted at the postgraduate level, at the master's or doctoral level. We are interested in that. Okay? We want to deepen the knowledge, develop critical thinking, analytical skills. Okay? And this is what we want. And all through from 1983 until today, all the departments, all the programs, they talk about research methodology. They talk about research methodology, and they teach you how to do research. Okay, so I have been doing this all along. All through my life, I have been teaching this. I think research is the most important part, and the postgraduate students, they must know how to do research and how to conduct the things that they are supposed to do. Okay, do research, write your research, publish research, let people know what you are doing and how you are contributing to the development of the society. That's what postgraduate students are supposed to do. And the purpose of postgraduate research is simply to sustain. Okay, in IIUM, the purpose of research is to tell the world that education, that a knowledge has to be based upon Islamic worldview, and that Islamic worldview emphasizes, among many things, sustainability. Sustainability is the most important thing which Islamic University emphasizes. Okay, it is unfortunately, this is not happening. This is not happening. This is not happening. Why? Because our postgraduate students, they don't care about sustainability. They don't care about anything. They don't care about anything. I'm sorry to say this one, okay? They don't care about anything. Even the lecturers don't care about sustainability or anything. They are here, they do research. Yes, there's no doubt. They do research. But the purpose of their doing research is promotion. Postgraduate students write their thesis, master's thesis, not because of sustainability or to promote that one. No, to get the degree somehow or other, whatever topic is. I'm talking about myself. When I went to do my PhD, I was not thinking about sustainability. I went to my supervisor and I asked him, "Sir, what topic I should take?" And my supervisor said, "Choose whatever you like." I said, "Sir, where can I get the data, ready-made data, available or not?" So he said, "Yes, there are so many tables here, you can take it. Take this, whichever fits your study." So I chose something which was very easy, for which the data were readily available. So I made use of it. I didn't go to the field. I didn't go to the people. I just took whatever was readily available, put it in a beautiful form, and finally I became doctor. Now I am ashamed of it. My purpose as a postgraduate student, my purpose as a teacher who is also a postgraduate, is to promote sustainability in the world, to promote the welfare of the people, to promote the welfare of the current generation, and to promote ensuring that the future generation will also benefit from what we are doing. That is what we have not been doing it. So we have been doing it we have been doing it just to publish in high impact journals. Can you imagine? I'm very sorry to say this one, okay? That people are interested in publishing. And nowadays, because they cannot publish, now you have predatory journals all over the world. Journals are around. You write whatever rubbish you want to write, you give it to them, you give them $2,000 and they will publish. And you don't mind paying him 2,000 ringgit or $2,000 because once it is published, you know you will get promotion. Promotion depends upon publication. Therefore, they say publish or perish. That's what we do research for. Okay? We do not collect new evidence. We are not interested in solving problems. We go to the library, we do library research, write, and then we publish. That's all we do. That is not sustainable research, okay? That's not sustainable research. We have to go beyond that. We do research for new products. We do research not for personal satisfaction. Satisfaction comes when you do something positive. Okay? You solve the problem, all right? Research is not for research, is not to earn a degree, is not to get a job. It's publish or perish. There is a saying that publish or perish. If you don't publish, you will perish. Okay? Research must go beyond that. Okay? Postgraduate research must go beyond that. Postgraduate research must be sustainable research. SR, sustainable research. What is sustainable research? Is a research which is systematic, which is ethically responsible, okay, which is doing research connected to sustainability and to contribute to the long-run well-being of the planet and the society. Not now, now and the future, both. You have to help society develop now, and you have to make sure that the future generations also benefit. So sustainable research will address what? Challenges, like climate challenge, like biodiversity, like societal inequality. Nowadays, everywhere there's inequity. There's nothing. Okay, resources are depleted day in and day out. And we are not ensuring the responsible use of our resources. Okay, so we have to do sustainable research. Sustainable research will create a positive social and environmental impact. Sustainable research will build the trust between the researchers and communities. You go and do research into the local communities, go and mix with them, try to understand what their problem, come up with the solutions. Yes, that is called sustainable. And you have to equitable distribution. Okay, you have to collaborate with others, and that's called sustainable research. And we have to come out of the traditional earning degree and getting job perspectives of postgraduate research. Okay, so we have to do so. We have to address issues of sustainability. We have to do our problem statement, and researchers, they must address sustainability issues. We have to challenge all the problems that we face. We have to face them. Only research and innovation will be supporting sustainability. If we do not do research, if we do not innovate, then we will never be able to sustain. Sustainable research will not work. So what do we do? When you are doing research, think about what? Don't start playing with words anymore. Okay, give up. Okay? Don't start thinking about getting a job or anything. Job will come automatically when you do sustainable research. People will appreciate. People would like to do more with you. So start working on topics, things which benefit the society. And most importantly, nowadays, people are talking about bottom billions. Think about bottom billions. What do the bottom billions need? Concentrate on education. Your research publications should all be interested in this, okay? Reduce the income gap between the rich and the poor, okay? Enhance sustainability, okay? Availability, affordability, things should be available, things should be affordable, and things should be accessible. It's not simply, oh, we have so much. No. Oh, we have a big university, but nobody can enter because the fees are too high. That's not sustainable. Okay, so it should be available. Yes, there should be universities, there should be colleges and others. The students should be understood, but they should always be doing research. They should provide local solutions to answer global problems. And that's very, very important. So you have to balance economic and social needs. And well, you have to do it. Okay. So what kind of things you can do? You take up topics, research topics, which help you from waste to wealth. Okay. Something is rotting. How do you make it wealthy again? Improve the productivity. Okay. How do you increase the yield per unit of input? Okay. In savings energy, wastage, etc. How do you do it? Okay. So new technology, new policies, environmental problems, healthy lifestyle, and these are the topics that we should go in. These are the sustainable things that we should do. Okay. Make sure that the research is appropriate. Make sure that the research output gives you the members, all levels of society, affordable. Make it that it is accessible to all the members of the society, rich, poor, whatever it is, and it should be made available. Everything has to be made available, and that's called research. And you must respect humans. Remember this. This is the most important part, is that when you are doing research, sustainable research tells you, respect human beings. Show respect to them. Okay? Oh, I am a professor, and therefore nobody can come near me. That's not Islamic. That's not human. That's not sustainable. Okay. And then when you want to do research, when you go and talk to them, I want to know about you, ask them, would you mind if I write about you? Somebody would say, I don't want you to take my name. Okay, we will not take your name, but we will say things without naming you, so that nobody will. So you have to be informed consent, and you have to tell them, it's private. Everything that I do is private and confidential between you and me. You have to respect all. Animals also has to be taken care of. You should not disturb any animals. You should not destroy. So the responsive research must be ethically well informed and well mannered. Okay. So otherwise you will have a problem. With your publications and with you. So this is what all about. So what I have said, let me summarize it, that research is very, very important. Research is very, very important, and research from Islamic point of view is much more important. Islam teaches you that you have to do everything along Islamic lines. Okay. In al-halal bayyin wa in al-haram bayyin. Halal and haram, they are very clear. There is no doubt about it. Everybody knows about it. So do things which are halal, stay away from things which are haram. Okay. This is called Islamic. And then do research not for the sake of publicity, research not simply for the sake of jobs, research not simply for the sake of degree, research to promote sustainability, to promote humanity. Okay, sustainability and humanity, they both go hand in hand together. Okay, so these are the things that we should do. But remember one thing, research is absolutely essential. Without research, you cannot progress, you cannot promote yourself. Okay, wabillahi tawfiq wal hidayah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Prof, thank you very much for your sharing your materials. It is truly eye-opening, all right? And there are many materials that you are sharing in which even myself, it got me to realization about how important is it to do research, but more importantly, how to actually do sustainable research. Right, so you highlighted about the meaning of sustainability itself, and then the aspects which are economic, environmental, and social, and also how much Islam has been emphasizing about sustainability since long time ago. and also the fact that our university, all right, had conducted many endeavors to actually be the movers of sustainability, like the Sejahtera Center, being the global university, all right, and towards the end, you emphasized also how important it is to actually do research, not only to gain the degrees and everything, but more importantly, to give impacts to the society. So thank you very much for that, Prof.
Yes.
But the time is actually meaning to say that we have a lot more time. So why don't we accept or take questions from our participants here? All right. So everyone, you are encouraged to ask questions. 4, 5, 6 questions are welcome since we have around 20 minutes left. So you may either put it on the chat box about your questions, or you can actually turn on your microphone and Prof will address the questions. Okay, starting from now. All right, so we are waiting for the questions.
Yes, Brother Aliu, are you okay with me? Brother
Yes, Prof.
Rabiu, yes. Are you okay?
Yes, Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, to all participants, you all can ask the question by unmuting yourself or ask directly to Prof Rashid, or also you can chat to him the question through the chat box.
Yes, I'm a very good professor. When I speak, nobody asks any question because they understand. Let me talk to you a little bit more about research. Research is absolutely essential for any discipline, whichever discipline you go in. If you are good in research, you will be good in whatever you do. You cannot progress without doing research. And yes, Brother Muhammad, do you have anything? Okay. Doing research, and they ask always, this question has been raised, is what are the steps involved in writing what you have collected in data collections and others? How do we go about doing it? That has been the question. And I said that writing your research begins with the statement of the problem. What is the problem you are investigating? Problem does not mean that the problem of doing it. No. Problem, what is the problem that you are investigating? That is the first thing about it, okay? What is the problem that you are investigating? Are you doing something properly, okay? So this is the beginning of it. Once you write down the questions, the best thing, the best way to start doing research is to write down the questions. What is it that you want answer for? What is the question that you have? What is the answer? What kind of answer you are expecting? Write down 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. And this is the most important part of your life. If you can come up with proper questions, then you can do research the way it should be done. Okay. So the first step is to write down the questions. Once you have written down the questions, then try to justify it. Why do you want to answer the questions that you have? The questions that you have come up with are the questions that you have to answer. In order to answer those questions, you will go to the field, collect information, etc., and then come up and give us the answer. But the question people would ask is, why am I doing this? Why should you be interested in these questions? Okay, if I'm reading your thesis or your paper, then I will ask the question, what am I getting by reading this book, of this thesis or this paper? Why should I waste my time? Remember this thing, time, in the West, they say time is money. I don't say that. Time is not money. Time is not honey. No, time is your life. Time is your life. The time you have devoted to listening to my topic, my talk, it's not the time, it's your life. You have lost 40 minutes or 45 minutes of your life. You will not get it back. What have you learned from it? 45 minutes are gone. What have you learned from it? Is it worth it or not worth it? So when you are doing research, you will ask the same question. These are the questions. Why am I doing it? Because in order to do research, I spent 6 months or 9 months or 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. Is it worth it? That is the question that you have. Is it worth my life? The time, and this is what I want Muslims and postgraduate students to realize it. Time is not money. Time is not honey. Time is your life. If you are alive, inshallah, you will be able to contribute to the development of the society. Every single moment that you have is valuable. It cannot be measured in terms of money. 1 minute gone is gone forever. You will never get it back. 2 minutes gone is gone. You will never get it back. The time that you have spent listening to my useless talk is gone. Is it worth it? You have to ask yourself. If it is not worth it, then you wouldn't do it. Similarly, when you do research, you raise the questions. Okay, these are the questions I want to answer. Then you ask yourself, is this worth answering the question? What would happen if I answer these questions? Who will benefit from it? Or who is not going to benefit from it? That is the most important part that you have to ask. And this is called justification. What will happen if you answer the question, who is going to benefit? Now, in terms of sustainability, I will ask you this question. Who is going to benefit? The bottom billions? Did you go to the villages? Or you just sit down in your air-conditioned room and go to the library and read 10 books or 12 books and write one paper? That is not research. And that's not sustainable research. And that's not what Muslims are supposed to do. Unfortunately, this is what we have been doing. This is what we have been doing. You will be surprised to know, and I have not been saying it for many times, you will be surprised to know that as of today, we have not produced anything which can guarantee you development. The government relies upon research which are not fully acceptable, which are not scientific. All the policies that the governments are making, they're based upon, of course, they come to us. The government has always been coming to the universities, all the lecturers have been going here and there. All the time we go to Putrajaya, the government asks, what should we do? What should we do? Please do research, tell us what we should be doing. And we do research. But our research is not research. I'll give you one very good example. One government came and called us and I was one of them. I went there. And the government said, I want to know what students are thinking about my government. I want to know what is it that they want from me. Please do research. I said, Alhamdulillah. We came out and the government gave us a lot of money. I got 45,000. And there were others with me. They were all getting 35, 45, 25,000 each. We were very happy. I was very happy. And then we were asked, okay, so let's go and find out students. What do they think about the government? You know what I did? I went to USM. I went to USM and I asked the Vice Chancellor to help me find students. So the Vice Chancellor called one of his officers and said, please help him. So the officer said, what do you want? I said, I want to ask the students some questions. He said, okay. How many students do you want to ask? I said, 150. Okay. Oh, there is one class, you know, in lecture hall. This lecture hall accommodates about 250 students. So if you go to one hall, you will get all the students you want. You can distribute. So I went to that place. Okay, asked the lecturer to give me 15 minutes. I distributed the questionnaire and I got the answer and I came back. Okay, he spent a lot of money. Now, did I ask the right question? Are these the students? Are these the right students that I should be asking for? No. They are not representative of students in Malaysia as a whole. But I did that. And on that basis, I wrote the report. The report is not going to be valid. Because in order to find out what students think about the government policies, I have to find the students. The students are not to be found in one room. Go to one classroom and then you said, oh, of course they are students, but do they represent all the students? No. If it's the first year, then they are perhaps first year, and even first year, they may not be representing all the first year students. Are we doing research? We are not doing research. We have to do research. We have to find, but we are not doing it. Therefore, all the government policies, etc., they fail. Why? Because government relies upon these unreliable data. And they come up with policies. And therefore, policies do not materialize, do not pass. They are not sustainable. So what are we doing? Therefore, I said, okay, you want to do research this way. Ask questions and then ask yourself, is this question worth my life? People who are going to read, do I have the right to take their life into my hand? We don't realize this, right? Many people's life depend upon me. Many students' life depend upon me. Many people who read my articles, their life depend upon me. Do I have the right to take their life in my hand? If I'm doing a real research, if I'm doing a sustainable research, of course, then I have the right, because they are going to read, they are going to talk about it. So they will benefit from it and they will get it right. But if I'm not doing that kind of research, I'm somehow doing something, sitting in an air-conditioned room and writing down and then publishing it by giving money, that is not fair. That's not fair. We don't have the right to take. So when you do research, ask questions. Secondly, ask yourself, what am I going to benefit from it? Is the society going to benefit from it? What about the future generations? Will they benefit from it? Then you do the literature review. What have others done? And once you do the literature review, you will know that people are not working. They are all playing games with people's lives. And we don't have the right to do that. Then you come up with your own framework to analyze the information you have. Go to the field, not to the library, please. The question you ask, the answer is in the field, not in your library, not in your house, not in an air-conditioned room. This is what I said. In Malay, in Kelantanese language, they ask, Pehe. If you don't understand, then you will have problem. Okay, there are 4 chats. Yes, please. Brother Rais?
Yes. Yeah. So basically, we have some questions, Prof. I will ask. I mean, I will read the question of the first person here from Brother Taj. So he's asking, I would like to ask how to find a topic related to sustainability. Is there any website or list of suggested topics based on like field of disciplines? So how to find the topic? Like this is to assist his research ideation, I think. Right, Prof.
Yes, thank you very much for questions. It's a very good question. Nowadays, you just Google and you will find the answer. So easy. So easy. And I have told you, I have given you some hints of what are the things that you should be looking at. Okay. I have told you these are all research projects. Increase in yield per unit of input, savings in energy. How do you save? Wastage. How do you take care of that? Okay. New technology, new policies. How do you reduce the detrimental effects of environment on society, on economy? What about healthy lifestyle, environment, etc.? I was shocked. I was shocked about 2 weeks ago. My wife suddenly gave me full of iced tea, and I loved it. It was so interesting. I drank 3 cups of it. And then the next morning, I was suffering from sore throat and all kinds of things. And then I met a doctor who was a friend of mine. And I told him, he said, my dear, I have done research on this. Cold water is not good for health. Stop taking cold water. Drink warm water, possible hot water, and you will be okay. You don't need any medication. I said, can you show me the proof? And then he brought two papers. He said, look, these are the papers that are there, which tells you how to improve your health. We should not go for cold water. We should go for, so that is sustainable research, okay? That helps me to do it. So this is the kind of things that we should do. So inshallah, if you search for it, answer is there. The one sheikh, one big scholar, he was asked the question. He was asked a particular question and he said, the answer is there. You go and find out yourself. Why are you so lazy? If you have the question, the answer is there. Go and find the answer yourself. Don't rely upon others. Rely upon yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you ashraful makhluqat, the best, and He has given you the knowledge. Use that knowledge and try to find it out. Inshallah, you will be more successful. Don't rely upon others. Don't rely upon others. Most of the time we rely upon others for answers to our questions. No. Go and find out the answers yourself. And after you find the answer, you come and ask. Okay, you can ask the intelligent people, those people who are knowledgeable. Is this proper? Is this right? Yes. But first, you find out yourself. If you ask me a question and I give you the answer, what if the answer is wrong? I give you the answer. What happens to you? You become lazy. Useless guy. Do it yourself. Okay, and I like it. Just do it. Second question, please.
Yeah, thank you, Prof, for answering that one question. And looking at the second question, okay, from Brother Said Amir Faiz. So he is asking, if we conduct research using locally available products, can we say that it contributes to local economic sustainability? Because you mentioned that our research needs to be affordable and accessible. Yes, Prof.
Yes, the research, we are supposed to do research on whatever we produce. And we have to find out what we have produced. Is it good product? Is it going to help people's health, development, etc., etc.? Yes, if it is, yes, you can do it. And that would be a sustainable research. There's no doubt about that. Any research you do should be sustainable. Just go and do it. Okay. Some people, they don't want to go to the village. So, oh, who's going? No, go to a particular village and study the problem they are facing. Solve their problem. That is your contribution. That is sustainable research. The sustainable research does not have to be worldwide. No. It could be a small area that you are interested in. Go and find out and do research along that line. Inshallah, you will benefit.
All right. Thank you, Prof, for the answer. And right now we are going to basically we are going to read the question from Brother Inayat and Sister Rumaiza, and then we have to finish, I think, because the time is already up. So this question from Brother Inayat. So, Prof, problem statement and research gap, are these two the same? That's a question.
Problem statement is the problem that you are going to investigate. Okay. And you are going to, so whatever you are investigating is called problem statement. You say it clearly that this is the problem I'm investigating. Research gap is something else. When you are doing literature review, you analyze all the research done, and then you will find that some people have not taken this aspect into consideration. Okay, so if you study the Western literature, of course they will not do anything on Malaysia as a whole. Okay, Malaysian culture, Malaysian civilization, people's Muslims. So those are the gaps that remain. Most of the time when I'm writing a paper, I do the literature review. The gap I find is that they are not addressing Islamic problems. They are not addressing the solution that Islam gave. That is the gap. And when you get that gap, you start working on that gap, fill in the gap. So gap gives you knowledge about what you should be doing. These are two different things. What is the second question?
All right. And for the second question is, okay, so Prof, you mentioned about the importance of field work. Could you kindly elaborate what kind of fields or research subjects would benefit significantly from field work? Thank you.
Again, the question?
Yeah. So you mentioned about the importance of field work, right? I think field work is going to the field and collect the data there, not just, like you said, sit in the library and fine. So if we do field work, so what do you think? What kind of fields or research subjects would benefit significantly from field work?
All right. Field work means going to the area and find out the answer to the question that you are doing. Okay. Any area, any field. There is no hard and fast rule as to which field that I should go in. If I'm a political science student, now if I'm going to Putrajaya, I'm going to the parliament and asking the parliamentarians this is called field work also. I'm doing the field work. Field work does not mean going only to the villages. I can go to the village. I can go to the peasants. I can go and ask questions to the villages. That is also field work. Field work also means going to students and finding out the right kind of students that I should ask questions for. That's called field work. So all kinds of field work is useful. Field work means you take data, you take information from the people who are suffering from it. That is called field work. Okay? So any field work that we do is useful, even if it is one person. But make sure that you analyze it and then you present the findings properly. That's called field work. Any field.
All right. Thank you, Prof. So I think, yeah. Anything, Prof?
I have given you my email, rashidmoten@gmail.com, and also there is rashidm@iium.edu.my. If you have any questions, if you have not understood anything, you can write to me. Inshallah, I will respond to you. And if you don't like, also tell me that I didn't like you. Then just pray for me so that I can improve myself further. Wabillahi tawfiq wal hidayah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, thank you so much, Prof. Abdul Rashid, because you have once again shared to us some really eye-opening topics that are not really, I mean, I would say it's often overlooked by people. So once again, thank you very much. And we have come to the end of the event, but before we end, let me remind everyone to actually fill in this attendance and evaluation form. Okay, so please find that on the chat box. And yes, fill in that. For Prof's email, I think once again it's Prof, your email is Rashid Moten at gmail.com.
And also IIUM, Rashid M@iium.edu.my.
Rashid M, right?
Yeah.
Rashid M at iium.edu.my.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so these are for those who wants to consult with you.
Yes.
Right?
Consult or insult, whatever. You are most welcome.
All right. So once again, thank you, Prof. And people, please fill in the attendance form. All right. And now we have come to the end of the event. On behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to apologize if we have done any mistakes. I end my duty as Master of Ceremony for this event with Wabillahi Taufiq wal Hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Everybody, thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Salam.